Hi ladies and gentlemen, Morgan Hierophant here. I am going to discuss, or better said, this is the second video in the series of tarot cards, in which I give brief elaboration on tarot cards. Well, brief to moderate elaboration on tarot cards to the extent to which it can be elaborated on. Like I said in the first video, okay, I'm going to discuss 3 tarot cards per video, and since there are 21 cards in the system that I use, major arcana cards, then the type of tarot card that I use, then it's going to come to 7 videos total. So this is the second one out of 7. I covered 3 previous cards in the first 3 cards of the arcana set in the first video, called the Fool, the Magician, and the High Priestess. And in this second video, I'm going to elaborate on the Empress, the Emperor, and which other card was it? The Empress, the Emperor, and the Hierophant card. Yes. Well, let's start with the first one, the Empress. The Empress is my second most favorite card. Okay, or my third most favorite card. And that is because the Empress is a great card. Okay, whenever the Empress pops up in a tarot card reading, then in most cases it's not really bad news. The Empress, simply generally speaking, so from a neutral perspective, stands for fertility, it stands for success, it stands for financial gain, and so on. Okay, anything relating to creativity and any art form, you name it. That's why the Empress is signified by the planet Venus. Okay, and its number is 4, I think. Hold on. Its number is 4, I think. Sorry, its number is 3, not 4. But again, this is strictly of a numerical value, or in numerical order, card order. As far as I know, the numbers have no real significance. Okay, but the assigning planet does. Okay, so the Empress, you can compare the Empress to the planet Venus and its properties, its ruling bodies, or its ruling zodiac signs, Taurus and Libra. In any case, yeah. When the Empress is going in your favor, okay, so when it appears in a spread where it is in your favor, okay, for example, what's going for you, it simply stands for creativity, or the first card that pops up, it stands for, like I said, financial gain or progress, and it stands for overall success, okay, but in a different way than compared to the next card that I'm going to discuss, or albeit to a slightly lesser extent than the next card that I'm going to discuss after I'm done with the Empress. When this card is going against you, I already said what its neutral and its benefits, and when this card is going against you, the Empress card, then that simply stands for frustrations. It stands for a lack of peace. It can stand for a lack of peace. Okay, it can stand for, it generally speaking stands for a quarrel. It stands for discontent. It stands for worries about financial situations, about one's financial situation. So, for example, money worries and so on. That's what it basically is regarding the Empress. So, a quick recap. From a neutral perspective, the Empress stands for creativity, it stands for fertility, it stands for success to in between a moderate and an advanced degree. Yeah, and that is it. The benefits of the Empress card the benefit of the Empress card is that it stands for success, like I just told you. Okay, it stands for creativity, the same as neutral basically. It all depends on where that card pops up. It stands for financial success, and so on and so forth. When the card is going against you, it stands for frustration, money worries, a lack of harmony in between a situation, especially if your inquiry is regarding another person or a group of people. If that card appears in a negative spread, or it appears in a spread negatively, then it stands for one of those matters. Okay, depending on the spread itself. but that is it in general. And now the second card that I'm going to discuss, this is my favorite card, is the Emperor card. The Emperor card, okay. Before I continue, I didn't discuss the physical appearances of these cards, okay. And so just to give you a brief recap, the Empress card is simply of an Empress woman, literally a woman standing in a forest alongside a small babbling brook, or just a brook, a small river, a tiny river or a pond with streaming water. And the entire card is greenish in appearance, and she herself is wearing a green dress, and she holds a small staff in her hand. That's for the Empress, okay. And now my favorite card, the Emperor, okay. The Emperor's 1, 2, 3, 4. The Empress numerical value is 4, and its corresponding sign is Aries, the zodiac sign Aries. The Emperor is simply a reddish in physical appearance. It has a reddish background, and it appears as simply a man sitting on a throne, and he is surrounded by elements. He's basically all surrounded by items that either directly or indirectly hint at fire, the element fire. The man himself looks very confident and strong and self-assured and all of that, okay. And he's basically, that's why it's called the Emperor. He appears as an emperor, okay, or the man gives away that he is an emperor by sitting on his throne and all of that. Yeah, you can already tell why this card is my favorite card. This card is basically, honestly, one of the strongest cards. For me personally, it is the strongest card in the Major Arcana deck. Because the Emperor stands from a neutral as well as a positive aspect for success, achievement of one's desires, drive, willpower, just success all the way. Okay, with the Empress it was success, but to a slightly lesser extent. But with the Emperor, it is simply success completely, 100% success. Okay, prepared to be engulfed or enveloped by success. That's what the Emperor card stands for. That's from a neutral as well as from a positive aspect. From a negative aspect, the Emperor stands for being overambitious, generally speaking. If the Emperor card appears, for example, in a Major Arcana 6 spread deck, okay, in a 6 spread reading, and it is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 5th card, the card that goes against you, which indicates forces working against you, so not in your favor. Then it stands for being overambitious, and the general description will also tell you that, okay. It will also tell you that you're overambitious, okay, which is true. It generally speaking means that you're overambitious, that you expect or want too much, and that you're not going to get that. It means that you are going to get results, or you are going to achieve your goals, but not to the extent or severity in which you wanted it to be the case. That is what the Emperor stands for. It's not really a drawback. It depends on how you want to look at it, but no, it doesn't stand for a draw. It doesn't really stand as a drawback. Another thing that the Emperor card also stands for from a neutral perspective is, for example, if there are multiple parties involved, someone who is your ally and someone who is will deliver for you, someone who will literally just accomplish success that will work in your favor, or will accomplish successes or achievements for you. And again, another negative aspect, for example, if it appears in a 6-card spread as the 3rd card, your fears. If the Emperor appears then, it generally speaking means that you're afraid that you might not achieve what you wanted to achieve, or that the person that you're involved with might not achieve what you want to get done. Okay, you're afraid that you're afraid that your or that person's efforts will be in vain. Okay, yeah, the card does remind me a lot of I think the Magician card, which I discussed yesterday. But again, the Emperor card is significantly stronger, like I just said, and that's why it's also my favorite card. This card, generally speaking, stands for success all the way. You honestly can't go wrong with this card. Even when it goes against you, it simply means that you expect too much. And now I'm going to come to my last card for this video. The last card is going to be the Hierophant. The Hierophant's physical appearance is that of again, a teacher-like mentorish figure sitting on a throne. and having two disciples or two students or scholars bow down to him, almost in a Tibetan Buddhist monkish kind of way. And the Hierophant can be a complicated card. If it's, for example, your inquiry is relating a money matter or a financial matter, then the Hierophant, it has a good chance of appearing. Okay. From a neutral perspective, the Hierophant simply stands for someone you confide in, an ally, a friend, someone you trust and you rely upon to show you the way. Okay, hence the Hierophant having a mentorish figure, or a mentorish, being mentor-like in symbolism. And yeah, that is it from a neutral perspective. It all depends on the inquiry itself, okay? But that's what, generally speaking, the Hierophant means. The Hierophant, like I just said earlier, also means, indicates money, or you either looking for money or wanting money, something along those lines, okay? If your inquiry is regarding money or anything of a financial nature. So yeah, that is point one. Point two is its positive aspects. Or you know what? Let me discuss the negative aspects first. If the Hierophant appears negatively in a spread, in a 6-card reading, then, or a 6-card spread, then it means that you are afraid. It either means that you're afraid that you're going to sell yourself short, so that you're going to agree to something that you're not comfortable with, so something that you're just not satisfied with, and it's something that things won't go as well as you had planned, or it means that you either don't have enough faith in yourself or in the person that you're involved with. Again, that person whom you trust to guide you through, for example, bad times. Positively speaking, the Hierophant card means that there is that you have people that you can trust and confide in, or that the people that you're involved with, okay, to guide you through a miserable situation, are there for you and will help you and guide you and tell you what you need to do, and all of that. Okay, that's what it's generally speaking means. The Hierophant card is straightforward, to be honest. There's not too much in the way of complexity with the Hierophant card. Again, as always, it all depends on your inquiry, but generally speaking, that's what it means. And again, for the last time, if your inquiry is relating a financial matter or money, and the Hierophant appears positively, then it stands for financial progress or heavy involvement in finances. So you're either making money or getting involved in a good deal of money, or trading in money, or dealings with money. And again, negatively can mean if your inquiry was about money again, and negatively speaking, it can mean the opposite. It can mean that you're insecure about money, that you are afraid of losing money, or that you'll have to spend money in order to bring about a certain situation that you had your eye on. So that is it. Again, the Empress, the Emperor, and the Hierophant. These 3 cards are cards that I've discussed in this video, obviously, and the Emperor is my all-time favorite one. I just love that card. The Empress is my third favorite card. The Hierophant, I'm neutral towards that card. That's it. Bye.